heard the bad news too. Halloween's all over. Is that why you're long in the face? Here's your spooky spot in the Spirit Halloween Scream's 25th Anniversary Ghostface Mask. Scream. I scream. We all scream for the officially licensed Ghostface 25th Anniversary Mask. Rep your favorite slasher in style this Halloween season. Happy 25th birthday, Ghostface. Well, I think that Sydney would have been content just to hand out candy this past Halloween season. Ghostface was in the meantime handing out fatalities. Not that I would have been handing out fatalities, but I didn't end up wearing this mask actually on trick-or-treating night to hand out candy or to go door to door with my daughter. I did grab this though at my local Spirit Halloween. You can see that this was the card that was attached to the top of the mask. Unfortunately though, it was attached by ties, and the ties are located on either side of the mask. I think I've done a good enough job of cutting them off, but I think there's still just a tag that's loose. I'll show you guys where that is in a second. Not that anybody, I'm sure, really cares. This was, though, the card. It's a Spirit Halloween exclusive. It's 25th Anniversary Ghostface Mask. It's for ages 15 and up. And then on the back of this, I can show you, though, it cost me $24.99. Now, I will say, I did have a coupon at the time that I bought this, so I did save myself a little bit of money. Warning, do not wear this while operating a moving vehicle or as vision may be obstructed. I think that kind of goes without saying. What little you can actually see through the peanut-shaped eyes, it is a little on the more distorted side. So yes, don't be driving around the city streets, especially late at night, wearing a ghost face mask. You're, first of all, going to be freaking out all the parents as you're driving by looking over the sidewalks at them. But yeah, this would certainly not be a mask you want to be wearing. It isn't, though, a complete mask in the sense that obviously it doesn't have the rest of the cloak that you would wear with that. So if you do choose that, if you had chosen, for example, to get this one for trick-or-treating, you would have still had to get yourself the cloak. This is solely just the mask, but it is, though, the hood. Now, I know when it comes to Spirit Halloweens and especially Ghostface masks, I mean, they're a dime a dozen. You can go into a store, if they're still available. I know right now they'll probably be marking these all down. There's usually at least a handful of Ghostface masks. And which one I always think is the hardest one to choose. Because, again, you can get ones that look really good in shape. There's other ones where you can really see straight through and you can see the eyes of the person wearing the mask underneath. And then some of them actually don't have a really good hood at all. This one actually was the best of all of them. Yes, again, while it doesn't have necessarily the whole cloak, if you ever want to decide to display this, though, on a bus, which I currently have right now, I think this is the best mask to go with. And generally, if you reach out and you speak to other fans of the fandom, they'll also usually say the go-to mask to have on display is the 25th anniversary mask. The one that's notable, though, about the 25th anniversary is that it does also have the glitter material for the cloak. So you can see, like, there's the tie right there. I'm going to see if I can maybe get my finger behind that and fish that out. But this is actually a glitter material. When you tend to get Ghostface masks, they usually are more of a matte plastic or matte fabric. They're not usually a sparkle material like this. So I do actually like that they've done this. The mask itself, like right now, I've got displayed just on a bus because it's just the easiest way to show you guys. I'll take this off, though, in a second. Now, again, this is available through either in stores or online. The thing that's also kind of interesting about the 25th anniversary mask, it's also marketed by having a scent. I took this, and when I got this out, I didn't even notice this in the store. When I got it out of the bag at home, I was like smelling. I'm like, what does that smell? It smells like candy. Realizing, though, later that the mask does actually have a vanilla scent to it. Even is advertised that way. I don't really think it necessarily needed to have a scented smell to it. Leaving just off of the vanilla, I think, would have been fine. The mask itself sells on its own. I don't think you need to slap it on a vanilla scent to gravitate the people towards buying this mask. Like I said, though, right now I've got the mask on my bust. I'm just going to take this actually off the bust right now. I don't tend to use this one just because it's just such a large size, but because it does have at least partial shoulders, it makes for an ideal. Now, I think I might still see if I can buy a larger bust that's going to have wider shoulders, because with the way that the mask is sort of designed, it does have the additional end, well, the additional part of the hood that's going to drape over essentially the shoulders. With not having wide shoulders like this, I can tell you, though, my shoulders are a little bit wider. They are, yeah, they're a little bit wider than the mannequins here. So this would probably fit a person's body a little bit better than what it's doing with the bust. The mask itself is a good quality. And again, some of the things that really kind of turn me away from ghost face masks just in general is that a lot of times you can actually see the eye straight through it. Usually what they'll do is they'll add a mesh here, and then you'll have very obvious thinner mesh areas where you can see through the eyes. This one does a pretty good job where you can't see any person's eyes through this. Now, I've worn the mask a couple of times. I freaked out my daughter, but she thought it was a pretty cool looking mask, but no, you can't really see the eyes straight through it. The nose is all painted here in black plastic, or actually, really, I should say, like the mask is all molded here in white plastic, and then they've gone and painted the elongated mouth here in all black, and they've also painted the nostrils. It's a really nice looking mask, though. The way that you wear it, though, and you'll also see there's quite a lot of baggage on the back when it comes to the back of the hood. When we flip this upside down, just to kind of show you what the inside of this looks like. Kind of hard to get in there. But what it really is, though, it's just basically the mask inside, and then there's an elastic band. So if you see straight through it, if I can get the mask actually towards the camera. So I'm going to lift this up. You may be able to see, there's my hand behind it. Vision, I think, is still good, but late at night and when it's really pitch black, you probably, again, have a hard time seeing anything. You probably wouldn't be able to see the person's hand as you're mowing down the road. Don't be going fast speeds, by the way, on trick-or-treating night. But you can at least still see there's visibility through the mask of the holes. The mask holes are loosely glued on. I mean, they don't really add for much allotment here for additional material. So, like, you really want to, again, be careful that this doesn't get punctured. Because, again, like, first of all, the mesh is really thin. And they don't really have too much of it actually occupying the back of the mask. The mask, again, just essentially clips, kind of just stretches over top of your existing head. Because, again, like this bust, the head is weirdly shaped. I've never really liked this one. I actually ordered this one on Amazon, but you kind of see the way that they've designed the head. It sticks out really high up here, and there's not enough ears. So I really think I'm going to try to find myself a bust that has wider ears so that the mask will fit over top of it comfortably. There is still breathing, so luckily you'll be able to breathe out the mask. The mask material, again, is a good, decent, kind of a rubbery material, obviously. And you can also see the way that they've stitched the interior of this to attach, of course, the main hood piece over top of that. So this is basically, again, just how you're going to be wearing it. It looks, I know, really strange to be seeing the back of the mask like this, but essentially it's just going to go over top of you, or it's going to go over top of a bust, just with an elastic strap. We bring the mask, though, back around to the way it was before. Again, I do really like that the material is more of a glitter material rather than, again, just the matte material. What they've also done too, and this is a hard thing when it comes to buying ghost face masks too, is that you generally don't get ones that actually have a hood. A lot of times what it is usually just the straps of the fabric on the side, with the whole idea is that you're also going to be wearing a hood from the main outfit. So you would have to then buy a mask, or you'd usually just buy a complete outfit for ghost face that would have the mask and it would have a hood that goes over top of this. This doesn't so much have a separate hood, but what they've done though is they've actually made it so that the hood looks like it's a separate piece. So I hope that really does show well in the video. You can see sort of the way they've got this. They've got an overlap to the mask. So it does kind of replicate nicely the idea that it's actually got a hood when it doesn't. There is one area though where the mask hood goes kind of tucked in like this, and it is stitched in. I'm almost even tempted to kind of loosen up the seam, but I think I'm only going to just ultimately ruin the look of the hood, so I'm going to leave it the way that it is. This interior, though, part of the hood is actually more again, that matte material, where, again, you've got the glitter for all the rest of the remaining of it. There is quite a lot of entrail to it, so when you're wearing this would drape nicely over top of your shoulders and cover off a fair bit of real estate space. Again, you're not likely going to be wearing your regular clothing out and just wearing the ghost face mask. You're probably going to be completing the look, or had completed the look, clearly, again, because we're now already past the trick-or-treating and Halloween nights. It's so sad to think that we have to wait an entire year again before we're going to be able to go trick-or-treating or watch the spooky movies. Or, again, if you're like me, just watch spooky movies all year round. But the mask itself is a good quality. It does the things that it needs to do. Certainly, if you want to just have this more as a display piece now, because you're not likely going to be wearing it, it has a complete hood. The hood, again, probably could have stuck out a little bit further. Again, I really like a ghost face mask, for example, that has a draping over hood. This drapes over, but it only drapes over just a little bit. It doesn't, again, it has that little area right here where it's sewn more together. I would have rather if it didn't have that, but it does at least have more of a finished looking mask than some of the others that I've seen on the market. Having a hood like this, having so much extra material down below here where you can cover over, like the shoulders. I'm going to see here if I can actually get this over top of the bust. The only thing, again, I think if you're going to be displaying this, if I just bring the bust a little bit closer towards me, if you're going to be displaying this, likely though, you're going to be displaying this likely on a better looking bust than what I've got right now. But what I do like, though, is it does have mostly a finished looking mask in the sense that you've got extra baggage, you've got extra material draping down like this. You've got a fully completed hood, which there are very few ghost face masks that actually do have a finished looking hood. It's certainly something that would look good on a face. It would certainly look good, certainly on a person's body also as well. And with the price that it is, I mean, $25. Granted, though, again, like it probably would have been 25 and then the tax on top of that. But because, again, I had a coupon, I saved a little bit of extra money. This would be one that every year, I always say this to myself, and I probably say this to my kid as well. Dad always really wants to get himself a ghost face mask, and every year it seems to be the case that I pick up every other thing, but I never get myself a ghost face. This year, though, I said to myself, you know what, I'm going to make the dedicated plan to pick up a ghost face mask this year. And this one was, again, one that I've seen several years in a row. I decided to finally pull the trigger and pick this up. For $25, again, you got a good finished looking mask that has a completed looking hood. Yeah, the hood probably could have hung out just a little bit more, but for an ideal looking ghost face mask to have on display, you're probably not going to be finding a better one like this. A custom one maybe, but certainly from a retail level, a Spirit Halloween level, you're probably the best bet to get is the 25th anniversary release one here. Kind of a perfect time also to be looking at a ghost face mask with the recent drop of Scream 7 online. I actually do like the look of Scream 7. I hope it does improve on some of the disappointing aspects that I didn't really like about Scream 5 and Scream 6. Plus, of course, it does bring back Sydney. The mask itself, though, again, is a really good, overall good-looking Scream ghost face mask. There are ones that I could say, like, there are better-looking masks where I've seen them in stores where, like, the mask plastic looks thicker. It's not as much of a rubber, and it's more like a harder plastic. It has more of a better paint job to it. But what it doesn't have, though, that the 25th anniversary does, it does have a hood. Now, again, like you can usually kind of choose for yourself. You can get the ones that have sort of the straps on the side that then require the hood. You can get a Scream face ghost face mask as a standalone, just the mask alone, and then get the completed rest of the outfit that's going to go over top of it. This, again, checks enough of the boxes where if you just want a complete ghost face mask where you don't necessarily need all the rest of it, get the 25th anniversary for the decent price. It's 25th anniversary and it's $25. That's not bad at all. It's pretty comfortable too, that I've noticed also. I mean, it's going to fit over top of a person's body a lot better than it's fitting over the bust. What the bust doesn't have that hopefully you do have is better shoulders and a lot wider ones as well. Again, let me know in the comments down below if you guys have picked this one up for yourself. If you don't think, though, the 25th anniversary ghost face mask is the right fit for having on display, what do you think is the better ghost face mask? Let me know down below. If you guys in the meantime did enjoy this video, do it a solid and throw it a like. If you guys want to stick around for more, so I hope so. We're going to be having some more spooky related videos coming your way. Aren't we kind of wrapping up things for Halloween? No, we're not. We still got some more content coming your way. So as always, guys, thanks for watching. See you guys next time.